Now we could talk about strumming and doing some. Let's do a little of the rock or the blues. To the rock, and if you notice, a lot of rock and blues are very similar. And oftentimes, when I think of it, I think of the relationship of the bass lines. You know how you hear a bass line like. So then when I'm playing the A chord, I'm actually playing the bass line along with the chord. And so that's the process of using your picking hand to create that. So with rock and blues and a lot of different various styles of music, a lot of times it's that relationship of the bass line to the chords that we're using. So we talked about a rock song. I think we did like a classic rock song, Johnny Be Good or something like that. And in rock, a lot of times they'll use that, what they call hammer-on bass lines, where they're kind of going like this. Now, the way I'm getting that sound is that I'm strumming, I'm just doing pretty much downward strokes on my strumming. But I'm moving the chords a little bit to create that bass line feel that sounds like a lot of like blues and rock. Here's how close rock and blues is in some cases. Let's say rock would be like. Here's how blues would sound. So it's that relationship of the bass line, and you can tell, like in that case, it was just like blues felt like lazier and kind of like, but it's still that relationship of the bass line interplaying with the chords you're playing. To recap, we did an old, like what they would call probably a classic rock song that I did in A, and we just broke that down to show you that the strumming is with a pick typically, and then we just add those bass lines here and there, and what it does is it kind of creates that rock sound that we know. Another thing I would say if you want to have fun with rock too, take those chords that I gave you, like in the key of A. I think we covered 3 major chords and 2 minor chords. And a lot of times rock songs don't have a lot of minor chords. They do, but sometimes, mostly they don't. And you could just take them and just play with them by saying, let's say we're in A. Let's just go down a step and play a G. And now we can do some different things. We can kind of go. And it's that relationship of moving some of the chords in different ways that are stylistically will tell you if it's a rock song or a blues rock song. My last example of a blues rock song is oftentimes that same key of A. What they used to do is they used to take and they used to go down whole steps just to see what would happen. So they'd go. You know, and now that has what some people might term to have a distinctive, what they call blues rock sound. And there's literally hundreds of songs that were written with just those chords right there. So you can kind of play with that, but again, for folks out there, it's just really important to listen to the genres and to go, okay, I like, as an example, I like a blues rock song. What does the chords, how do the chords progressions behave that give us that sound? And then once we know that, we can pull from that stylistically.